gentlemen, thank you all for joining us tonight at Pan Theater's short-form improv show. You are about to be dazzled and delighted by the milk drinks. Woo! So we are going to play a series of improv games for your enjoyment this evening. And the first one is called Story, Story, Die. And I will be the conductor of this evening's game. And the way it works is we have an incredible cast that will be telling you a story. The trick is they can only speak when they're being pointed to. So I'll point to one person, they'll start to tell the story. As soon as I point to somebody else, they will take over. They have to make sense and not pause and not say, or. If they falter, unfortunately, they will die. A brutal, gory, just bloody death. So, I will be conducting, but I also need for you all in the audience, if you think someone deserves to die, I want you to yell, die! And so that will be their cue, and then they will, like I said, enact a really gruesome death for you. So, this story will be in chapters, and the first chapter is about
Snakes in the swimming pool.
Snakes in the swimming pool, an old classic. I love that story. So, without further ado, I give you the milk drinks, snakes in the swimming pool.
The snakes in the swimming pool, they like to slither around and they go all the way up and down.
Into the pool filter, where they clogged the pump thing and started to flood the... I'd like to die by some sort of martial artist fight. Die!
Anybody have a martial artist fight? For chapter 2, may I please get a geographic location?
Utah.
I hear Utah. So, chapter 2, in the land of Utah.
Unfortunately, once the snakes clogged all of the filter thingies, all the owners sent them to Utah.
And Utah was a terrible state because they hated snakes, and snakes...
And Mormons. And the snakes and the Mormons, they didn't mix at all. So they got on the plane and they flew to Salt Lake City. And when they got to Salt Lake City, they
decided this state was not for them. They got on board a plane and encountered a fiery black man named
Samuel L. Jackson. This man was incredible because with the snakes on the plane, he was able to create a movie that was a blockbuster
hit. A blockbuster smash hit. And after that blockbuster smash hit, Samuel L. Jackson had all these extra
people around that really wanted to be in his sequel. So he filled up the plane and said, "I'm sick of these motherfucking people talking to me
and creating so much shit with all these snakes around my neck.
So I'm just gonna be with the snakes on the plane." And what happened was Samuel L.
Jackson decided to commandeer the plane and take it
to Utah, back again. And he picked up the snake by the neck and
said, "I'm sick of this motherfucking snake being all up in my plane. Why don't you take a hike?"
But the snake said, "Excuse me, sir.
I really want you to go around.
Die."
Wow.
May I have a death by liquid?
Pool filter.
Pool filter. Oh my God, look at this pool filter. I didn't know I could put it around my head. Oh.
For our next chapter, may I please get a relationship? I heard roommates. Chapter 3, snakes and roommates.
Now, Samuel L. Jackson had a roommate that joined him. His name was Jason Mraz.
Jason Mraz really wanted to get those snakes back into the pool because his roommate
was addicted to chlorine. Snakes unleashed his inner fury and made him go wild, gored, and die.
Can I get one of your roommates?
You have already.
The messy one.
Roommate story. Our next chapter takes place during a very special holiday.
Presidential debate.
Yes, of course, the very special holiday of the presidential debate. And
Samuel Jackson said, "Why am I not a moderator for a president? I'm clearly articulate and
Very well spoken because I can speak Slytherin to these snakes. And can I have a utensil for cutting hair?
Scissors.
Come on. My fingers! My fingers!
for our next chapter, I would love a natural disaster.
Hurricane.
I hear hurricane. Snakes and hurricanes and sea.
Now the plane was flying through the hurricane and it was whirling around, and all of a sudden the snakes
Decided to take a laid-back approach to dealing with hurricane safety.
they said, "Can I have a awful thing to brush your teeth with?"
Cat's tail. Trillion budget.
I heard a cat's tail. This is definitely not lethal, though. Uh-oh. What about all that Viagra I took yesterday? I mean, just, oh, shit. Okay.
Our next chapter is culinary related, so can I please get a food?
cheese.
Cheese! Snakes love cheese. And sea.
So while the snakes were taking this laid-back approach in the hurricane, the plane, they decided to grab some fine Gouda cheese.
And they took the cheese and sliced it up real fine and made a cheese stew.
The stew was properly called fondue, but they had no proper bread to dip into the fondue.
It was chocolate bread they had. So they took the chocolate bread and started dipping it in the fondue and eating.
The fondue chocolate bread. The snakes really enjoyed this, but unfortunately, their plane was going
Too fast for them to realize that all the graham crackers on the plane
We're not bolted down to the end of the floor.
I did something you would find in an airplane.
Graham crackers.
I'll take graham crackers. Boy, you could never die from eating too many graham crackers, right?
Our next chapter has to do with the snake's professional life. So, if I could please get a career path.
Fact checker.
Plumber.
Fact checker it is. The fact-checking snakes.
That snake picked up the Encyclopedia Britannica and he flipped over and started looking at.
and at it and said, "May I have the work of Shakespeare?"
Tell me the truth.
I'll take Othello. Why am I so jealous? Is it the throbbing pain that grows within me? Is it knowing that so many others have died when I have not yet died?
This evening, I think you'll all agree that we've heard a very touching story. And with all good stories, there's surely a moral. So Jaylee, please, what is the moral of tonight's story?
The moral of this story is do not fly with a snake and Sam Jackson on an airplane to Utah while eating chocolate and the seats are unbolted.
Die!
Okay, can I get something that you would cook with?
A spatula.
Spatula.
A spatula. Oh, let's see. I think I'll make some pancakes.
Line freeze. Okay, so this is like kind of like an assembly line of fun. Jaylee is going to be turned that way. She won't be able to see what two lovely people here are doing in a scene. And then, when they've reached somewhat of a compromise or any position, freeze! And then she has to turn around and just tag them out and then continue a totally different scene, whatever it is. That's how this works. So, Brian, why don't you start? And why don't you open it?
Oh, hey. Can we get something like a relationship for Rob and myself?
Rivals.
Rivals it is.
I'm going to kill you. That is really bad. I'm gonna cheat on the SATs and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Oh, freeze!
All right, karate girls in the house.
Oh, I think you can beat me.
More than likely, but
You probably can.
let's have peace here.
Freeze!
I don't know if this is how you put the dress on me, Mom. This is not gonna work. You gotta do, no, that's not gonna work. Why are you touching
You
me
have
like
to
that?
wear-
You know I'm only 12, I don't like to be touched.
I'm so sorry, but you need to look proper. We gotta go to church.
Oh God, you don't want me to there?
Yes,
With
my
her?
girl. Listen, that's your granny. You gotta go. Come on.
No, but she wears
It's
those
Mo-
diapers and she smells bad.
It's Mother's Day. Come on.
No,
Let's go.
let's go. Yes. I don't think it's supposed to make that sound at all when it does that.
A magnificent anomaly.
Oh, no, not this one. Don't touch this one. It makes a really weird sound.
Splendid. Splendid.
And my leg. Don't touch my leg. Whatever you do, don't touch my leg. Don't touch it.
Freeze.
Woo! You sure know how to have a good time, Tony! Yeah! You are such a good dancer!
I'm the worst doubles partner ever!
What are you talking about?
You were supposed to twirl me around in the
Yeah,
air.
sorry, just like try to jump on me again, I'll do it again.
1, 2, freeze!
Hey, hey. What did I tell you about messing with my kids?
You said not in the butt.
And where did you touch them?
Well, I don't understand why. It makes complete, perfect sense to me. I've gone over it. All right, start with A, and then B.
And then
no, C. D. Okay, let's write
when you
it down.
take a U-turn.
Okay, no. Let's just write it down. Okay. Freeze.
Feel your inner chakra and drive it into the ground. Make yourself a tall tree. Breathe deeply. Freeze.
I love you, Bill.
I love you too, Jeff. Too bad I'm frozen in carbonite.
That's a minor problem. What does he like to do that? Like,
That Darth Vader guy's a dick.
And I got a hammer and chisel. Let me help you out. I am going to make you the most beautiful statue. You will love it. Just stay in that pose. Let me get the bubble down.
What about these pinches on my shoulder?
They're there for authenticity. Don't worry about it. Yes.
Look at that. Ew.
Freeze.
You have the most magnificent skin tone I
Thank you
have
so
ever
much.
seen of anybody.
Do I have to stay in this position all day long just so you can look at my skin?
Yes.
Why?
Because it brings out the hues and the pores and everything. You're going to be on
I don't
America's
think
Next
Mom would be
Top.
comfortable with you saying this stuff.
Mom might not be comfortable with it.
It makes me really uncomfortable, dude. I don't know about that.
Freeze.
Good run over it.
Play these games, they're so fun. No, not that one.
No.
Freeze.
We have to tread very lightly, or it'll hear us. Okay, Moxie. Don't point your gun right at that bird. Okay, no, point it at it right now. Get your gun out. Moxie, where did you put your gun? I left it with my names.
Tap it!
John,
Why don't you like dancing with me anymore?
I love dancing
You used to be all into this stuff, and then you went off on your lesbian cruise, and then you came back and you said, oh, your ass isn't firm enough.
no, you gotta get your hemorrhoids in control here.
So what do you think?
I think they did a bang-up job in your intro, little lady.
Thanks.
Yeah, looking
I really
good.
kind of love it. I'm thinking of getting the other side done too.
I think you should, but you know that they spelled Irish wrong right there, right?
It says Irish.
Alright, folks, this next game is called No S. And for No S, there's going to be two super teams. They're going to be acting out a scene. Well, I'm going to get something from you, like a relationship or something like that. But before that, the thing with this scene is they cannot use any word with the letter S. If they use a word with the letter S, like is, because, I mean, pretty much almost any word in the actual English dictionary, they have to leave the scene and the other partner will come in and have to take over the scene exactly where they left off. So, for starting, can I get something like a non-geographic location?
Cruise ship.
I heard cruise ship. Okay, so cruise ship, I want Chris and Tom to come out and act out in the cruise ship.
Nice wave.
I'm on this climbing thing.
Switch.
I'll do it. I'm king of the world!
Can you put a soft thing?
I'm going to fall if you don't give up your movie dream.
Why?
I'm really high on this net.
Switch.
I can catch you.
Well, will you catch me then? Jack,
I want my movie dream.
get your movie dream, but help me.
I'm king of the world!
Help me out first.
Switch.
Save me, Jack!
Well, hello there.
You give me mixed signals.
Switch.
One moment, I think you care. The next,
I don't.
that's...
Switch.
A ledge!
I will get off of it now, and I will get onto the ledge. What am I doing on this ledge?
Switch.
Can you get me off?
No.
Fair enough. All right. Your turn. Up you go. That's the only way you're going to win.
Hi.
Hey.
What are you doing tonight?
Ladder.
My turn.
Ooh, that's so...
Switch.
That day to wear a kilt.
So this next one is with you. Okay, it's alphabet, and it means that we're going to engage in a dialogue, and we can start each sentence off with the letter of the alphabet. Maybe we'll start at A, maybe we'll start at P, and we have to consecutively go through each letter of the alphabet. Start our sentences that way to carry on the dialogue.
To start things off, can I get a letter of the alphabet to begin with?
X.
Clever. Can I get a non-geographic location and a relationship?
Oscar.
Sweet.
Boss and employee.
Huh? Boss and employee.
Xander, do you want me to pick up all that toilet paper?
Yeah. You should probably do that.
Zowie! Wow, that's a long line for the toilet paper in Costco. That sucks.
Always on Saturday, it's like crazy out there. It stresses me out.
Bargains are this way. Maybe we can head down the aisle?
Cautiously, it's pretty crowded.
Don't you think we need to take care of this problem right now?
Eventually. Until we have our coffee break.
Frankly, I think you need to lay off the coffee.
Good point.
Hesitantly, I'm thinking the same thing.
I heard it when you touched me!
Jesus, gosh, calm down. What's wrong?
Cut it out!
Let's try to go back inside and figure out how we can get the toilet paper.
Maybe.
No, we're gonna go in right now. I have other things to do today. It's Saturday. Okay. Pause. aisle 12 is the longest line.
Sucks.
Time to go. I really can't be here any longer.
Under the watchful eye of the Walmart police.
Very true, but we're in Costco. We're not in Walmart.
What the fuck?
So our next stake will be is called actually, Party Course. I'll be hosting a party in this area, and Rob, David, and Tom are each going to be my party guests. So to get started, I'm going to go out there, and you guys are going to assign each of these guys a quirk, like a signal, like anytime someone taps their foot, like he scratches his head or something like that. Or there'll be some character, or they'll have some idiosyncrasy or phobia. Any one of those things, they'll fill you in on what exactly they want. So I'm going to come back in, and they'll come in one by one. We'll all have a party, and I'll try to guess whose thing is what. As I get closer, I want you guys to clap and encourage me a little bit. And as I get skewed away from whatever the correct answer is, just laugh hysterically at me and make me feel worse than I already do for not getting it.
You good? Cool.
Alright. Can I have a significant historical figure?
Napoleon.
Can I have a fetish?
Feathers.
I heard dolls. Whenever someone talks about snack foods, I'll do this. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank.
You meant this.
No, tell me what I do.
Sit down.
Tap dance. Okay, cool, thanks. Let's invite Zark to his own party.
We're ready for you there, pal.
We're Irish.
Party guy. Start your party, they're ready for you.
Ding dong!
Just a minute!
Hey, Chad!
Oh, Jamie, come on in.
Hey, smells kind of weird.
Does it?
Hey, you got anything to eat? Not that I have an appetite right now.
Anchovies are here in the cabinet. I don't refrigerate them, that might be the smell. I also have pretzels and...
Pretzels?
I do have pretzels.
Ding dong!
Just a minute, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, what if I did?
Sam!
Hey, dude! Oh my god.
Can I sit on this?
No! These are important property of me.
Do they belong to anyone else?
No. What? Shh! Get back away, okay?
Can I breathe on them?
No. Oh, fine. Yes. Here.
Do you want some pretzels?
Crackers too.
Ding dong! Yeah!
Alfonso, welcome!
Defend your glitzing curviness! Very much, sir!
Just come in and make
What's
yourself
this one?
I will.
Good,
I
good.
feel that all parts of the world are my home. Rightfully, sir.
Perfect. There's the...
Don't touch that! Is that an American Girl?
So how many of these things do you have in this thing?
How many do I have in there?
In this bag?
The better question
Box.
is, how many do I have in my body?
That's a very good question.
Where's the head of this one?
You really want to know?
Please tell me where the head of this one is, and where's the tail of that one?
I mean, I stopped using tail ones because they kind of hurt.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah. Especially Stegosaurus. That was
Right,
cool.
so the head of maybe a Tyrannosaurus.
I like the hands because they're small.
Thunder Punch He-Man! Sweet!
Oh, God. Some of these are bigger than I am.
So you're tiny.
My buddy! Teddy Ruxpin, you sick fuck!
You probably don't want to touch that.
You are correct, sir.
So
You smell like the cheese of my native land. Very nice.
Do you typically eat anything with that cheese?
yeah, do you?
Wine, of course.
That's a drink.
Okay, so there's cheese and wine and
This one,
I do not like bread.
this one kind of looks like you, except it's a little bit more complex.
no bread at all.
This man insults me. This man insults me very much.
Easy with your temper.
Don't go invading a country or anything.
You don't like my
You
You don't like my temper?
It has nothing to do with your short stature.
Napoleon, can you,
I am getting the fuck out of your bullshit argument.
Here, I have one of you.
So, how's your sex life?
Fucking love the Ghostbusters. The little whirly thing?
My sex life is great, to answer your question. And please, that one's worth a lot of money.
Okay, it's still in the box. That's kind of weird.
Oh, look, Ghostbusters and that headless one, and you have Fonzie, and you have in here you have Santa Claus.
Yeah, there are lots of. Everything here is of a certain type of thing. And I like to do certain things with those things. Weird.
Right, and your sex life is only okay.
It'll be pretty good when you guys help me.
Do you know No Limits? Malibu Barbie? Really?
Just put it in.
So, eventually I'll get this. I don't understand why. Should it go further?
Oh! I didn't see that!
So you...
I think there's a couple of G.I. Joes.
I was doing lately. I know it's getting worse. You used to have like Stegosaurus, like tails and pineapples and things.
Not so much pineapple.
No? Okay, so now it's more of a...
Everything, all the sorts of things I've been talking about in that box that I brought.
Right, so lots of toys.
Yeah.
You sick man! I found this raggedy Andy covered in cum on the sidewalk!
So you're a toy fanatic, as they say.
Yeah.
Come on, toy.
Some people like feet.
I am so fucking hungry.
Yeah, I want to get rid of this guy and his toy fetish. Or maybe his toy... fetish.
It rhymes with call and starts with D.
I have just the thing for you. A doll fetish.
I got the abstract
I gotta go take care of his anti-Atkins problem. Crackers and pretzels. And spaghetti. And worms. And Twister. Okay? You know, what would you... We should all sit down and have something to eat before we...
You know, my brother-in-law is a sales rep for Frito-Lay, and I was wondering if you had any of his products.
Well, I have some bugles in the cabinet. And I have potato chips. And I have all sorts of products of Frito-Lay. Actually, snacks are my specialty. Especially the snacks. Or cracker snacks. Crackers are great.
Far out, man. This is the Stoned Out Hippie Talk Show. We talk to like experts and shit. This one like has 3 heads or something. That's fucked up. I don't remember what we're here to talk about, so can somebody out there let me know?
Polygamy.
Polygamy, that's right. We got 1 expert, 3 heads, many wives. Tell me, when did you first start getting into polygamy?
Well,
I
Really?
wanted
to
Go.
in
the
Realm.
of
polygamy.
Whoa. So like, when you first found out that you had like a lot of wives, did you already know you had a lot of wives?
you
Dog.
I.
had
2 wives.
In.
Maryland
And
I.
had
3
Other.
wives
in
Bermuda.
and
I
Really?
enjoyed
them
All.
time.
Whoa, sexual. Like, so like, you're banging your wives, you're like, oh shit, I'm married to a lot of women, and so then you're like, what, I want to study polygamy for a living? Is that what happened, man?
actually
It
Really?
fell
to
The.
ends
of
The.
world
and
I.
decided
to
Let.
go
All.
my
wives.
Because.
I
Could not
Stand.
them
anymore.
So once you realized, like, you couldn't hang out with these ladies anymore, then you're like, oh man, why was I such a fool being all polygamous and stuff? So you like went to university and got a polygamy studies bachelor and then mastered. And what did you master?
I
Masturbated.
Because.
it
Felt
Really?
good
and
I.
enjoyed it
and
They.
didn't
need
Me.
So when you masturbated, which of your wives did you fantasize about?
none
Them.
I
fantasize
About.
guys
Alright, so the next one, we're going to do a scene called Foreign Film. We're going to be having 2 interpreters here, and 2 people reenacting a segment. But we are going to be speaking a different language. We'll be interpreting the language, but they will be interpreting what we're saying in English. So, may we have a location?
Bahamas.
And can we have a language?
French.
You know French? Oui. Me too. Oui, oui, madame. Enchanté, well, ils vont faire ce qu'ils oui. Oh, ça me fait hâte.
I'm just so delighted to be on vacation with you. And this blouse you're wearing, it's just lovely.
Merci beaucoup. Oui, oui, on. Et oui, piu.
Thank you very much, but I have to tell you this shit really stinks.
Sauvez-vous quoi? C'est mon avantage, Isabelle! Isabelle française, on va s'abattre là, oh, retour.
Actually, it's not the shoes. It's me. But I'm French. What do you want?
That is really wonderful, but you know what? You gotta let those little teeth quit coming at you behind.
In my motherland, it's quite alright. Why don't we just go shopping?
Oui. Enchantons. On le fait.
Oh, that's great. Look over there. Look at that. What do you think it is?
Oh, ça s'appelle. Oh, je
I mean, clearly, it's a small cat.
Oh, oui, oui.
Oh, I'm so sorry. His cat was so cute. I squeezed it too tight and now he's kind of...
Oh, super.
This is terrible. What are we gonna do? They won't let us leave. We've murdered a cat.
Be quiet. Let's put it in a ball and roll it in really better.
That's a fabulous idea. Why didn't I think of that?
Well, you have all the ideas, don't you? You're just such a smart ass.
Thanks.
Yes, I know that. That's why I did it. How about that?
Mais c'est vrai. Je n'avais personne dans les pas de la net, là. Puis c'est... Où c'est quoi
The beach sure does look lovely, but you're gonna have to take that blouse off.
Moi, Serge.
Wait just 1 minute. Right off as soon as I shoot you through the heart.
Oui, ça fait ça, on a fait le Hunger Games. What's up with
My name is Katniss. You cannot harm me. I will take you down.
Oui. Hunger Games? Oui.
Yes, it is a Hunger Games. I need a bite you. I'm hungry. Oh my God.
First the cat, now me? You are an animal. So, the next game is called Lines from a Box. And you all wrote, I think, yes, these lovely lines that we put in this box. You were there? Yeah? Okay, so, Zach. So nice to see you here. And I am going to be acting out another very interesting scene. And if at any point you think we need a little bit of help because we're stuttering, just yell out, "Line, Zach," or "Line, Sarah Jane," and we will grab a line and then seamlessly incorporate it into the scene and make complete sense. So, Zach, what do you want?
I want a tool.
She's a line.
I'll take a line. A line. The best tool.
Line, Zach.
A romantic candlelit dinner with Voldemort. That's what I want.
I can give Voldemort a call for you, but I cannot guarantee anything. I'll try to set it up and if we can. I've made a huge mistake. I should not have said he would have dinner with you. I don't know why he was thinking that he would. Really, he's never, I mean, I just don't think he's your type.
Line back!
It's the weekend, so we move it like Bernie. I don't care about Voldemort. No.
You're into Bernie now? Wasn't Bernie the last weekend?
Well, no, Bernie was the weekend before.
Okay, right.
But
Line 30.
Drop it like it's hot. With Bernie, with Voldemort, with whomever. It is the weekend. You get it.
that is great.
Line Zach.
I masturbate too. Much to eat any of those guys.
Screw Voldemort, screw Bernie. Masturbation
Or not.
really, or is not. You know, masturbation really is all you need, especially during the week.
Line 13.
New presidential debates and wrestling. That is really what we should be focusing on during the week. Have the boy toys on the weekends, but the new presidential debate wrestling is really, I think, the more important thing that we should be focusing on. You can masturbate whilst watching the new presidential debates and wrestling.
Get upon it. I like cold. Considering in Vermont it's freezing in the winter.
It is
and we've been
very
roommates
cold.
for 20 years now.
So why don't you put some coal?
Line Zach.
Jack and the Beanstalk, that shit.
That's it!
Yes, this was our first show together. Yay! Thank you for watching. Now we're gonna bow and then leave.
And if you like it, come back on Friday night. We'll be here again, 8 p.m.
And there's something we need to plug, which is
Alan wants us to say,
who is our lovely director?
Line Alan.
Oh, 10-minute play festival's coming up, so hang out, come along to that. It's going to be great. It's 12th, 13th, 19th, and 20th right here, 8 p.m.
So he said,
Yes.
We are Milk Train.